Hey there, Mama. Welcome to class. Welcome to your practice. Let's go and start. I'm here at the center of my mat. I have props with me. I have a pillow and 2 blocks. If this is your first time to do a yoga practice ever and you haven't done this before you got pregnant, that's fine. We have to make sure that we're going to do anything as slow as we can or as gentle as we want. Feel free to grab pillows, as many as you want, or blankets as well if you don't have blocks like this. Yeah, if you're a yoga practitioner and you have your blocks with you, make sure that it's the one that is a little bit more sturdy, like a cork block, not the soft ones, because this one we're gonna use them to support ourselves a little bit more than how we usually support ourselves in our yoga practice. So if this is your first trimester, this is the perfect class for you because there are some poses that you won't be able to do, or I feel or I believe that you shouldn't be doing on the second and the third trimester. So let's go and start your practice. All right. We're gonna first start with your meditation. If you haven't done a meditation at all, that's fine. I'll show you how to do it. Finding ourselves on a seat like this one. This is your easy sitting pose or your Sukhasana. If you don't feel like sitting on the floor, this might be too much. You can find a pillow or a blanket, place them here underneath the bum so that you can support yourself like that. Yeah? So easy. Or a block, place them here underneath so that you want to make this as effortless and the most comfortable as we can. For sure, the first trimester is one hell of a roller coaster ride in our head, in our heart. So we're going to try to be more in our body instead. So whenever you're ready, we have a lot of options with our hands. Ground down, palms down onto the knees, or maybe just here at the center if you feel like it. Maybe palms up if you want to feel more of at the receiving end of some good energy for today. Or if you want to be more aware of how you want to connect to your loved one, take one hand to your heart, another to the belly. Roll the shoulders to the ears as you inhale and pull them down and back as you exhale. You have an option to gaze forward. Maybe one focal point in front of you doesn't have to be the screen. Maybe soften the gaze down towards the front of your mat. Or if you feel safe right now, feel free to close the eyes and just follow my voice and allow me to guide you to the normal rhythm of your breath. So in your practice today, I invite you to notice how you take your inhales and your exhales first. Allow this bit of a moment to give yourself permission to be here 100% in the yoga mat in your practice, in your sacred space, as we say. Knowing that in the next few months, it's going to be a really, really long and winding road for us. So allow this moment to be the start of your journey towards taking care of yourself and taking care of your loved one, your baby. Breathing in and breathing out. Give yourself permission to soften and surrender as you take care of yourself. Soften the face, relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Allow the hips to feel heavy on the pillow, on the mat. Relax the legs, relax the feet. And just be here for yourself. Give yourself permission to be here 100%, not looking at what happened in the past, nor gazing so much ahead in the future. Allow your practice to guide you in your present moment, in the now, because you are worthy enough to show up 100% as you take care of yourself today. As you're focusing on your breath, see if you can find the rhythm of taking equal amounts of inhales and exhales. Through the nose, seal the lips shut. Relax the shoulders, soften the chest. And just checking in with how your body is right now, noticing any sensations in the body from the tips of your toes towards the crown of your head. If there's something that is tight, something that is a little bit more, or something that feels subtle. Acknowledge them one by one. Any tension on the shoulders, and see if you can ride with the breath as you relax slowly. This time I'm going to take you to a quick breath work. Allow me to guide you through how you can find the rhythm of your practice today. So find your inhale and exhale first, your normal one. And slowly let's begin. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. If your eyes were closed, gently gaze, slowly open the eyes. Welcome back to your present moment. Let's go and start your practice for today. So we're gonna take some few poses for today's practice. Feel free to do this poses a little bit longer if you want. You can pause the video and stay there longer and find the rhythm of your breath or do the breath work that we just did. Yeah? So first off, we're gonna go and find your Savasana. So this is one thing that can support you. If you just wanna lie down, if everything is just too much and you feel that your back is aching, or you just wanna take a grounding moment. So I have 2 blocks here with me. One higher, one at the middle setting, and then I'm gonna go and find myself grounded here. If you don't have this, you can find pillows, maybe something like this, and then place another, maybe a smaller pillow towards the head, like that. So you always wanna make sure that your head is always higher than the heart or the hips. Yes, so for the sake of this practice, I'm gonna go and find something like this. Maybe if you have blocks, if you're a yoga practitioner already and you have your blocks, you can place a pillow there as well. Or you have your yoga bolster a little bit more sturdier than a normal pillow. Yes, so I'm gonna go and find myself lying down. So I'm gonna place the edge of the pillow towards my hip, my low back, and then ground down. First off, elbows, elbows, and then head, like that. Yeah, and then extend both of your feet first towards the top of your mat. Take them a little bit wider if you want, and just relax your lower body. You have an option if this is too much on the lower back, plant both of your feet, hip width distance apart, this is good. Second one, plant both of your feet wider, maybe as wide as your mat, and then option maybe take your knees together or simply not, yeah, up to you. We're gonna focus more on opening the heart here. So notice how the shoulders are gently relaxed onto the side. Take your hands onto the side as well, or if that's too much, just take it here beside the hips. And then just allow yourself to relax here for a few moments. Begin to close the eyes if you want. And again, I know being here in the first trimester, there's so much happening in the physical body. You might feel nauseous at any given moment, and you just want to ground down and simply thinking so much of what's going to happen next and planning ahead for the future if you're that kind of person who likes to make sure everything is organized. So I know sitting still might not be a thing for you, and it's going to be hard. So allow me to guide you here. Just follow my voice and come back to the natural breath. Notice how you take your inhales and exhales right now. See if you can take either equal amounts of inhale and exhale, or take longer exhales to ground you down even more. And again, finding the sensations in the body that is there. If it's sitting for so long, maybe you can feel it on your hips, your lower back. If you're carrying so much during the day, it's on the shoulders. Allow this pose to gently carry you and cradle you as you release the tension in each part of your body that feels tight, that feels sore. Then slowly, once you're ready, let's go and take our shoulder openers here. On your next breath, reach your hands up towards the sky. And then slowly, palms looking at each other, we're going to take it towards the back. So bicep to ear, or arms beside your ears here. Maybe elevate the shoulders for a moment if you feel like you want that stretch on the side body. If you want a little bit more, take your arms a little bit behind the ears. Yeah? Notice how that opens the front. If you want a little bit more, extend both of your legs towards the top of your mat. Yes, big breath here. Big breath out. One more. And then release. Come back center. Take your hands on opposite elbows this time. We're going to go a little bit deeper here on your shoulder openings and heart opening. Shoulders towards the head, bicep to ear. Again, if you want a little bit more, take it behind the ears or even farther if you want. Soften, allow yourself to surrender in this pose. Maybe close the eyes if you want. Just relax and feeling every single part of your body here. Again, connecting with the body as you take care of yourself is also one way to connect with your baby as you take care of every single part of you. Big breath here. And then big breath out. Last two. And one. Let's release. Elevate the shoulders to the ears first, and then simply release your elbows back to the sky. Release your hands, take it to the sides of the hips. Relax. Let's do that a little bit more different. This time, extend all of your hands towards the sky, and then open it to the side here. We're gonna feel this opening on the shoulders. Allow the heart to open, soften everything here. In for 3, 2, last one, and then release. Come back center, release your hands to the sky, and then take it to the sides. Yes. Notice how that small gesture of opening the heart takes you a little bit closer to your center. If your mind is already outside of your practice, come back to how you're taking your breath. Once you're ready, gently just open your eyes if you close them. Let's go back to a seat. Take your hands, your palms towards the side, maybe near the hips or coming closer to the heart. Take your chin to your chest, lift the head, and then slowly come up and rise. Yes. Bend the knees one by one. Swing side to side, windshield wipers. Nothing too much. If that was too much on the bum, this will feel really good. Come back center and then release. Now we're gonna go to the next one. Find your props onto the side. Again, if you have your blocks, we're gonna use them now on the next pose. Maybe thick books also if you want. Maybe grab 2 or 4 because this one is called your puppy pose. We're gonna go and find, well, actually, let's go to your cat and cow first just to release any tension here. So onto your all fours position like this one. Shoulders are stacked onto the wrist, hips are stacked onto the knees. If this is too much on the knees, feel free to find blankets here. We're gonna cushion your joints well, or if you have your mat, gently pull them into the center, double or triple them on your joints, on your wrists and on your knees, yes? There you go. So in your cat and cow, usually if you have done yoga before, there's a crunching on the belly when you do your cat. But here, instead, we'd want to make sure that we're focusing more on how, first, our shoulders open, and how we're releasing the tension on our back instead. So when you do your cat, you don't need to crunch the belly in, yeah? Just make sure that you're tilting your pelvis the right way. Find the boundary of what feels good. Yes, let's go and do this together. So if your shoulders are tight today, you can turn them up as if your index finger is pointing towards the top of your mat rather than the middle finger here. Yes, whenever you're ready, let's go find ourselves tilting our pelvis. Inhale to your cow. Tailbone will point to the sky. Belly drops down, heart will reach forward. Notice if your shoulder blades can squeeze in. Now with your gaze, you have an option to gaze forward or gaze a little bit higher, open the front of the neck. And then as you exhale, focus on the pelvis as you tilt it down, as if you want to point it towards your knees, your mat, as you take your chin to your chest. Maybe use your hands to press the ground away so you can really feel this opening at the back of the heart. One more, just like that. Inhale to your cow, tailbone up. Open the heart, gaze above. Exhale, round the back. Pair it with a breath. One more, just like that. Tilt the pelvis up, heart opens, gaze up. Exhale, round the back. One more, just like that. Inhale, tailbone up, open heart, gaze up. Exhale, tailbone down, chin down, press with your hands. Come back center, swing the hips side to side. Feel free to do that as many times as you want if your back is already feeling something at this moment of your journey. Now we're going to use the blocks. So usually you can go and take it at the middle setting like this one. Find a perfect weight or height for your books if you don't have blocks. You can take it a little bit higher if you feel like it. Yeah, or maybe at the lowest setting if you want a little bit less. So hips are still stacked onto the knee, so they're at a straight line. And I'm gonna point my elbows towards each block like this. So puppy pose. Take your hands on a prayer, take them to the side as you take your heart down. So you can see my hips pressing towards the heels like that, or towards the back of your mat. This is good. Yeah, if you want a little bit more, and if you have been practicing yoga, you can go a little bit farther. So you can really open the shoulders, the heart, as if your armpits want to stamp the ground like that. Yeah. Take your hands on a prayer if you want, and then take it to the sky or point it towards the back, up to you. So this will really feel good. If you have releasing, if you are carrying something on your shoulders still, put them on the side. Allow yourself to surrender here. Soften the face. You can take your knees wider if this is too much. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take your hands, release them good. Ground onto the blocks. Lift your heart super, super gentle. And then maybe crawl your knees a little bit closer to the blocks as you release. Take your hands on your blocks. Maybe find a counter stretch doing a cat. Tuck the tailbone, shoulder blades widen to the side. Maybe chin will come to chest. So nothing too much on the belly here. You want to make sure that your belly is always supple. So if you have been working out for the longest time before you do your before you entered your pregnancy, at this moment of your journey, it's still okay, but for the next few months, I believe it's really making sure that you soften your belly and making it supple as you can as it opens up and as it relaxes so that it can make space for the baby. Yeah, so that feels good. Take a seat here on your Virasana. You can find a pillow or a block here underneath the bum just to release any tension on your shoulders. Yes? Making sure nothing is painful. Shake, shake, shake the shoulders. Making sure you're good. Let's go find your downward facing dog. Release your blocks onto the side. Release the pillow onto the side. If this is your first time to do a down dog and you haven't done it before, I'm going to teach you how to do it. Take your hands forward back into your tabletop. Now, I usually take my knees a little bit far at the back as if my hips are farther than the knees. Tuck my toes. Lift my hips up and back. There you go. Arms beside the ears. You can really feel this on your legs as well. So if this is too much and you can touch your heels onto the mat, heels can stay up, bend the knee, soften it good. Yeah? So take equal amounts of weight on your hands and your feet. If you feel like it's too much on the hands, open the heart to the back of your mat. If it's too much on the legs because you're flexible like that, that's fine. But we try to take our arms a little bit more to make it strong. Press the hands to the ground so you can take your shoulders to the ears first and then curve it in as if your armpits want to see each other. Yes? Now, if you want to open the hips, the thighs a little bit more, heels will come up, open them a little bit, yes, and then slowly take it good. Or go to the other side. Heels can come a little bit closer to each other than the toes, and then ground it down. Take your hips to the sky, soften the belly, relax the face. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Want to gaze in between your hands, lift the heels, bend the knees. Now we're going to step the right foot on at the back of your right hand, like so. Yes? Now bend the left knee down, untuck the back foot, and then slowly we're going to rise. Take your hands on your quad like this. So if this is already good, you can stay here. If you're on the flexible side, you can take the right foot a little bit to the center, take it farther, and then take your hips forward and down. We're going to open the front of the hips here, hands onto the quads, making sure that you're soft in the belly, but we're feeling this fiery stretch on the front of the hips. Soften the face, relax the shoulders, close the eyes if you want. Stay for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Very nice. Take your hands here again to the ground, parallel to the right foot. Left foot steps, lift the knee, step back, downward facing dog. Swing the hips side to side. We're going to do everything on the opposite side. Slowly step the left foot at the back of your left palm, left hand. Right knee grounds down, untuck the back foot, rise, hands onto your quad like this. A little bit wider, yes? If you want a little bit more, shimmy the foot to the center, maybe a little bit farther as you press your hips forward and down. Feel the stretch on the front of the right hip. Tuck the tailbone, soften the hips forward and down. Relax the face, relax the shoulders. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Take your hands down, tuck the back foot, knee comes up, step back, downward facing dog. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go take your knees to the ground one more time. Untuck the toes and slowly sit down once more towards the heels. If you're suffering from nausea from the first trimester, that might be too much for you. So feel free to take a seat whenever. This pose or this practice is meant for you to really focus on how you take your inhales and exhales. Nothing much about doing the pose exactly. So whenever you feel like something is off, take a step back all the time, come into your child's pose, which is what we're gonna do next. Yes, so in your child's pose, this is gonna be a modified one. So first off, take your knees a little bit wider than the hips, and then take your hands forward, like so. First would be the forearms. If you want, you can find a block, place it here on the forehead, just to release everything else. If you want to go for more, feel free to just release your hands forward as you fall down, like so. If anything is too much, this pose is going to be here to cradle you to everything. Allow the hips to relax. If this is too much for today and it's not working on our knees, you have an option to find a pillow or a blanket, place it here again underneath the hips in the middle of your thighs, and gently take a seat like that. Yeah. I'm just going to stay here for a few moments to come back to our natural rhythm of the breath. In for 4, 3, last 2, last 1, and then softly release. Gaze forward, come back to your center, crawl back. Maybe take a seat here in your on your seat if you feel like this is something that you want to stay in. Yes? And whenever you're ready, let's release. Come back to your tabletop, release the pillow, crawl the knees towards the hands, swing the legs to one side and take a seat like this. All right, so this time we're gonna find your bridge pose, but a little bit modified. So we're gonna lie down onto the mat once more, just like earlier. Elbows, lower back, middle back, upper back, head down to the mat. So first off, grab a block or a pillow or a bolster, anything that you can be supported with. We're gonna lift the hips so that you can place it here underneath, like so. Yeah? This is for anyone who has been feeling all the pain on your legs, on your hips. Release your hands onto the side. This is already good enough. Take both of your feet wider and then take your knees together. If you want a little bit more sensation here on the outside of the hips, take both of your feet a little bit wider and the knees will go inside without the knees touching. You feel it on the outer hips, on the inner thighs maybe, on your IT band, on your quads. Take your hands up and overhead and just allow the surrender here. Take 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, knees pointing to the sky. Crawl the feet towards the center once more. And then, again, option to stay here, or I want you to release both of your legs towards the top of your mat. Super, super slow, allowing some relief on your hips. Notice the opening also at the front, softening everything in. If you have been practicing yoga and you want to take it further, feel free to take the block or the pillows higher. But again, nothing too much. Always making sure or knowing or acknowledging that the body that you are in right now is not the body that you were having or what you had before you step into your first trimester. So always make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Soften the face, close the eyes, and see if you can surrender more in the sensations happening in the body right now. In for 3, 2, last 1. And then slowly let's release. Bend the knees one by one. Slowly take your hands on the pillow, the block, lift the hips, release the block onto the side, and then slowly extend both of your feet towards the top of your mat. Take your hands up and overhead, give yourself one big stretch. And then slowly just lean in towards your left side. Whenever we lean, we're always on the left. So bend the knees one by one, lean over to your left, and then slowly come back to a seat. Yes, coming back towards the center. So quick stretches on the side bodies before we find our final pose for today. So finding yourself in your easy sit right like this. Open the thighs and the glutes out wide. Again, find a pillow on your bum if this is not okay. Take one hand to the side of the body, the side of the hip. One hand comes up to the sky. Gently dip down to that side so that you can really feel this nice stretch. You're gonna feel it on the left side, your lats, your ribs, your lungs, let them expand. If you feel like your bum is coming up, press it down. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Come back center, try the opposite side. Left hand down, right hand up. swing it to the opposite side. We don't have to go super deep. We just want to make sure that you're opening and feeling the sensations in the body. We want to be as safe as we want. If you are always into the hard, high intensity workouts before you got pregnant, I feel maybe this one is somehow a little bit weird or something that you're not used to. But knowing that you're not just taking care of yourself, you're taking care of someone else is something that we need to take note of. Come back center and then release. Let's go to our final pose. We're gonna go to your Supta Baddha Konasana again with your blocks and your props. So get your blocks again, highest and lowest, or middle, and then find a pillow. If you don't have pillows, bolsters, find them at a nice diagonal pace like this. Yes? So coming back to the center of our mats, find the edge of the pillow towards the middle back, and then ground onto the elbows one by one first. Notice if the block can be here. You're gonna make this as sturdy as you want. Now this time, plant both of your feet together and then open the knees to the sides. Take one hand to your heart, another to the belly, and close your eyes here. This is the moment that we will try to find either an inner dialogue, cultivate that, or let's see if we can connect with this loved one that we are nurturing, we are cradling, and we are loving right now. As you find a moment to take care of yourself, see how you'd want to connect with your baby. Find the affirmations that will help you be supported, and be seen, and be nourished, and be cultivated as you start this journey. And if it's too much to think of one, let me guide you through one affirmation that I so deeply hold in my heart. Dear self, I promise to take care of you today and into this wonderful journey that I will be having. Dear self, I know it's been a struggle. We've been thinking too much of what's to happen, and that is okay. But in this journey ahead, I promise to be more present. I promise to be more loving. I promise to be more kind to you, more than ever. And dear baby, I am here. I'm here to support you. I'm here to love you. I'm excited to meet you. And right now, I'm taking care of myself as I am taking care of you. Soften the face, relax the shoulders. Allow the thoughts, the feelings, the emotion to come. Acknowledge them one by one. Whenever you're ready, begin to come back to your physical body just for now. Taking deeper inhales and exhales. Soften the eyes, open them. Welcome back. Take your hands onto the sides of the hips, the legs, the knees. Pull them in as gentle and as slow as you can. Plant both of your feet hip width distance apart. Take your hands onto the sides. Lift the head, chin to chest, and make your way back towards the seat. Bend both of your knees back to your Sukhasana. Let's close your practice today. Take your hands on your knees. Roll the shoulders to the ears as you inhale. Pull them down and back as you exhale. Lift the crown of your head. Soften the face. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take both of your hands towards your heart center. I honor your light. I honor your truth. I honor your love. I honor your peace. I honor your beauty. Everything that is within you, because it's also within me. Namaste. Open your eyes. And we're done. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. Namaste.